So I just want to start with what Medicaid is versus Medicare. Medicare is your very basic healthcare plan. You may have a supplement that helps with that. It will cover very basic things like a shot, couple of days in the hospital, visits to your doctor, these sorts of things. But if you have more needs than that, that's when we're getting over here to the long-term care planning. So in terms of the stages, you've got your estate planning, your asset preservation, your long-term care planning, and then your after-death transfers. This is where Medicaid comes in. Medicare says, I'm not paying for that, it's too expensive. And so you've got to find other ways to pay for this other care. The VA is one, private pay is another, long-term care policies are another, and then there's Medicaid. Going through them just real quick, VA does have limits, so it is a little bit, it works in a lot of cases, but not for everybody. Private pay can be very expensive. We can wipe out an estate very quickly, especially if we're in a memory care unit charging $12,000 a month. So that's an okay option, but not for very long. Long-term care policies are good. Sometimes they do what we want them to do, sometimes they don't. Usually there's a little bit of a gap and we're having to kind of make up the difference. Medicaid is another way to pay for it, and it literally does come to the aid or the rescue of Medicare. When Medicare says no, Medicaid will step in. To get Medicaid, there's 3 tests. The first test is you have to have a need. The second test is they're going to look at your income just to make sure you can't afford the care yourself. And the third test is your assets. So with regards to exempt and non-exempt assets that are okay versus assets that are not okay, that comes under this third test. Assets that are okay are your home, a vehicle, a burial plan, life insurance, if there's a cash value up to a certain amount, and then a certain amount of money depending on when you apply, from where you apply, if you're married or not, these sort of things. Everything else goes into the not okay column. That extra property in Arizona, the 5th wheel that we're using, the boat, the trailer, that extra cash that we have in the bank that didn't qualify over here. So what we try to do basically is to move some of the assets over here, sell what we don't need, and then sort of somehow bubble wrap them. This sort of planning, taking the non-exempt assets, the things that you were not allowed to have or the things that you want to keep, comes in right here, the asset preservation planning. We take a lot of time to determine what we can give away, what we can bubble wrap, what we can protect, how much we need to keep in order to stay safe and comfortable. And if we're subject to a 5-year look back, that we're able to make it through that comfortably and not worrying about who's going to take care of us and how that's going to happen.